you can see, we're working on the chicks today, and I'm going to be showing you all of the little aspects of that and how to go and do them, and also make them as well, okay? So first things first, I'm going to start with the hair. All right, the hair uses this little tail. So this tail is from your magic ring that you use to start off the body of the chick. I like to do this first, all right, because it gets the tail out of the way for everything else, all right? So what I've done already here, I've crocheted up to row 18, and this is where it tells you on the pattern to stop, sew the eyes on, and also weave in the little tail, okay? But I'm going to do this bit first. So first of all, you want to attach it onto a darning needle, okay? Just going to dampen the end. Okay. And then what I like to do is I'm just going to turn the chick inside out, okay? Just makes life a bit easier. All right. Now what you want to do is you want to follow this little, the very first row that you did. All right? I'm just going to weave in 2 or 3 of these stitches just to make the tail secure, all right? So I'm going to weave in like a snake. So you're going to go in through one way and then through the next stitch the other way. Okay, and again I'm going to go in through the other way towards the middle. Okay, now I think that'll be okay. And then what you want to do is to bring the end up through the middle, okay? So it's come off my darning needle, but not to worry, I'm just going to use a crochet hook. Okay, I'm going to turn the chick the right way. Alright, and then at this point I'm just going to cut it maybe about 1 centimetre. We'll see how that looks. That's very little hair. So just cut that off. And you just want to kind of separate all the ends then. Okay, like that. Alright. Now the next thing is we're going to do the eyes. So I've already done one, all right? And the way that I like to do them is, if you see the top there, you will have these lines, all right? You'll have 6 in total, and this is where you increased. So this is your like increased stitches, and it creates a kind of like swirl effect. So I always like to just choose 2 and then work down from 1, okay? So I've already done this here. So there's 1 increased line, and then I'm just going to approximately put 1 eye underneath it, okay? So there's 1 there, and I'm going to show you how to do the other one. So first of all, just take whatever colour you'd like to do for your eyes. I think in your packs you might have blue. All right, I've got light blue here. I'm just going to attach it onto my darning needle. Okay. Now, you want to just knot the end once. We're only doing a single thread, okay? We don't want to double up. If you are using embroidery yarn, you don't want to double up using that either. Just keep that single thread, okay? So we're going to start by going up through from the middle, all right? Because you want our knot to be on the inside. So it says in the pattern to work 6 stitches, and this is approximately 6 stitches apart, those 2 increase lines. So I'll just show you. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So I'm just going to approximate, and I'm just going to pop the start of the eye in here. Okay. So I'm coming up through the middle, and you don't want to pull the end all the way through. Okay. So as you can see, I've left a couple of centimeters. And then I'm only going to do this one stitch apart. So I'm going to go in on the same line, but in through the next visible hole, okay? Just makes things a lot neater for you. So you want to pull this through, not too tight, just so that it's snug on your crochet. All right. Now at this point, I do like to turn it inside out. Just makes life a little bit easier again. And then you're going to use your darning needle and then split the yarn just below the knot. Okay, like that. And then this will create a little slip knot. Okay, like so. So this means you don't have to go sewing into any of your crochet work, and there won't be any visible stitches behind, okay? You've just created a little slip knot which will just fasten it for you. All right, now I'm going to turn it the right way. And then what you want to do is to go back in through that first hole that you made. Okay, and at this point, I always like to start by going and moving the thread so it's on top of this one. Okay, see what I mean? So I'm going to go back in through that second hole. Okay, and as I'm pulling the thread through, I'm just going to hold it down so that it's on top like that. Okay, now I'm going to go back in through the first hole. Okay, not pulling too tightly again. And then I'm going to go in through the second hole again. Pull that through, and this time it's going to go, and I want it to be based on the bottom. Okay, now the two eyes don't look the same, all right, for the simple reason is that I've gone again on the top and then I've done one through the middle as well. So it's completely up to you how you want to do the eyes. By adjusting the yarn and not pulling too tightly will give you that eye shape. I personally, I like embroidering the eyes on. You can get little like pop-in eyes that are generally used for amigurumi, and they do look really cute. But it all depends like what age range you're going to be giving your little amigurumi toys to. I think they have an age of 3+. Okay, so just be careful of that. You can always sew eyes on as well. You can get plastic ones you can just sew on a bit like a button, or embroider. All right, but I like this. I like embroidering. So I'm just going to turn the chick inside out now, and then we're just going to secure it. All right, so I'm just going to go through one of the blue. I've picked up two, it doesn't matter. My darning needle, and again I'm just going to create a slip knot again. So I've got my little loop, I'm going to go through that loop and pull, and then I'm going to do a knot on top just to make sure nothing comes undone on the inside then. Okay, and that's it. So I'm just going to snip it. It does look a little bit untidy on the inside, all right, but you're not going to see this because you're going to end up stuffing it. All right, and then just turn it the right way. And that's our little hair and the eyes. Okay, like so. So the next thing to do now is the beak. Okay, so I'm just going to move this off to one side. This is where you will need a different colour yarn. So I'm choosing brown. I'm not sure what you would have been given in your packs. If you do have any other colours at home, please feel free to use those as well, okay? But we're going to start off by doing a slip knot. Okay, and then chaining 3. So just like as if you were going to crochet on the flat, okay? So I've done my slip knot, I'm going to chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. Okay. Now in the pattern it says second chain from hook HTR. Okay, HTR stands for half treble stitch. Okay, and the way that we're going to do that, Okay, and the way that we're going to do that is yarn over once, then I'm going to go into the second stitch from the hook, so I'm going to miss one, go into the middle one, okay, then I'm going to yarn over again and bring that back through. So you end up with 3 loops on the hook, okay. Now you want to yarn over again and bring that yarn all the way through all 3. So 1, 2 and 3, okay. Now the next stitch is a treble stitch, okay, so it's the same starting point as the half treble. So you want to yarn over, go in to that last chain, yarn over again, and then bring that through. Okay, be careful of the thread in. Okay, now we're going to yarn over, but only pull through the first 2 loops. So it's 1 and then 2, and then yarn over and bring it through the second 2. Okay, and then that's your beak. All right, it will look like a little triangle, but to finish it off then you just want to yarn over and bring it through that last loop and pull that all the way through. Okay, it won't come undone. All right, because what you're going to do, you're just going to cut that loop and then pull the excess thread out. And then this then has created a little slip knot. So all you can do is just pull it tight then. Okay, and that's your little beak. So to attach this now, what you want to do is just find where you want it to go. And then using your crochet hook, you can hook these little ends in. Okay, so I'm going to go in about here. Okay, pull that through, and then we want to go approximately the same space. I'm going to go there. So I'm going to thread that through again. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that now. And then I'm going to turn it inside out. And then I'm just going to do a knot on the back. You want this to be quite tight, so I'm just going to do a double knot. And then I'm just going to cut these short because it is dark. I don't want it to be visible through. So I'm just going to cut the excess. And if you turn it back the right way, just have a little beak, like so. Okay, so that is our eyes, hair and beak. All right, and then I'm going to finish my little chick, and in just a moment we'll go through the wings. Okay, see you soon. Hi everyone, so I'm back. So I just finished the little chick, followed the rest of those row 19 to 24. All right, so we're just going to start off with the wings. All right, so it says to do a magic ring and then do 6 double crochet into that magic ring. Okay, so we're going to start off the way that I would always do the magic ring. Oh, that twist. Okay. One. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, fab. So I'm just going to pull that one out big. Then we get to close our magic ring. Oh, okay. So that's our first row done. All right. Now the second 2 rows are, all we're going to do is increase by 6 on the next row and then increase by 6 again on the third row, and then that is our wings. So our wings are only made up of 3 rows. Okay. So again, always working anti-clockwise. I'm going to go into the very first stitch that I made, and we're going to do 2 double crochets into that stitch. So that's 1, so that's 1, and then 2, do that all the way around. Okay, so this point I've actually realised I forgot to put my stitch marker in. Okay, many of you might come across this. Alright, so I'm just going to count my stitches as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I still know that I need to increase another 2 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 in this one, which will be increased by 1, so it'll be 11. So 1, 2, and then increase in the next one, which will make it 12. Can get my, there we are, give it a wiggle. 1 and 2. Okay, let's count the stitches. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fab. Okay, so my magic ring is slightly open, so I'm just going to pull this. Okay, so that's all closed off. Okay, now we're going to work 1 in the next stitch. This is our 3rd round. So we're going to work 1 in the next stitch, and then 2 in the second stitch. So it's 1, 2. Now I've done 3 stitches. I'm going to go back 1, 2, 3 and pop my stitch marker in. So 1 in the next one. That's 1. And then 2 in this one. And you just repeat that all the way around. Finish that 3rd round now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that stitch marker out, because this is coming to the end of the wing. I'm then going to yarn over and pull this through with the last loop, last stitch, and then cut that. Okay, and then pull out the remaining yarn. Okay, and what you want to do is pull that tight, and this what gives us our little wing shape. Okay, so first things first, with the yarns, to tie in these ends, you can do so by using a darning needle. With DK yarn, you can use a crochet hook, but you would have to go smaller, and just using a darning needle is just easier with these small types of work. So I'm just going to, again, you just want to work in like an S. So I'm going to go, I've got this coat around there we are. So because my first stitch was going outwards, I'm now then going to come back in, and then I want to face in into the middle then. All right. And you only need to do this maybe through 3 or 4 stitches, not many. Okay, step back out again. Oh, there you are. I've done it through 3. Okay. So I'm just going to cut that off. There we go. And the same with the end. Okay. Now, with the end, the neatest way to start off is to go back down through the back of the stitch, and I'll just show you. Okay, so where you've got your V there, all right, you actually want to work in the next V. So go 1 stitch down and then go through it and then bring that through. Okay, you need to pull it quite tight because it'll bring that knot through the back. Okay, and then you want to keep working down. So I'm just going to pick up thread and work down. There we are. Okay, and then I'm going to keep going down. So I'm going to pick another stitch and work my way down. And then at this point, I'm happy with that. I'll then start to snake it through. Okay, so I'm going to do the little S shapes and probably do that for, 3 or 4. So I'm going to work my way out and then back in towards the middle. Oh, and then it's come off my darning needle. So I only did 2, but that should be secure. Now I'll cut that off. Okay, and there's the little wing. All right, you need to make 2 of these. So one of them will look that way, and then when you do the other one, you'll turn it the wrong way and it'll just sit on the other side. Okay, you can use your DK yarn, so the same color, the yellow, to attach them, or you can use the cotton that's been provided, as the white cotton will basically disappear, all right, when you use it. But yeah, so that's the hair, the eyes, the nose, and the little wings. Well, the beak, not the nose. Hope you all had fun making these. I hope this helps. Any questions, like I always say, give me a message. And we also have the group as well. So see you next week.